one thing I got to hand it to IDW about is that they have no plans of going quietly into that sweet night. They intend to hold on no matter how much money they lose, no matter how much people turn away from the books, no matter how much they damage their reputation, they're holding on. They're not letting go at all. That's what they're doing. Tell you got to admire that if it creeps you out, but still you got to admire it, boy. They're holding on. I mean, they completely ruined their entire reputation, but they're holding on. So it would appear that IDW, after they have lost more money, they had to fire some of their staff, not Heather Antos. She apparently is still holding on. She's still there. We'll get to her in a little bit. IDW has decided that they need to make a change. Now, before that, let me just say that how IDW makes their money is that they literally publish licensed property like Star Trek, Sonic, Transformers that they no longer have. You understand me? And Transformers and G.I. Joe have gone over to another platform and they're making some pretty good. Well, Transformers are doing really well over there, but that's how IDW operates. So you have these companies that actually own these properties, and IDW gets money to publish these licensed products. That's how they do their business. Now, there's one thing to be said with that. They don't own it, so they don't have to take any kind of responsibility or anything like that. They just have to publish the books. And from what they've been doing with Star Trek, they apparently don't care how badly they damage everything. So that's something. But according to Bleeding Cool, IDW has decided to go in another direction. And I'm going to cover it. So let me get into it. Yes, they go. IDW to publish its own superhero, Bible, mafia, and serial killer comics. So apparently IDW has decided that they are going to start publishing their own comics. And I will give credit where credit is due. Them deciding to do that is actually a good thing. Because I believe that you should make your own things, make your own titles, create your own heroes, create your own lore, create your own superhero universe, and tell stories like that. Once you hire the best people, not Heather Antos, but once you hire the best people, writers, artists, letterers, people who care, especially editors, not Heather Antos, but actual editors who care about these things and actually want it to do well, they in turn will decide, okay, we're going to do this, we're going to put this effort into getting this done and make something compelling and really good. And I could get behind that. Understand me? I could actually say, yeah, this is something to actually be intrigued about. This is something to actually say, well, this is something to go with that. Right? They say that you could expect the new titles to start rolling out within the next 12 to 16 months. So let's see what they have to say here. Right? They say that they're going to be doing what the publisher, the CEO publisher of IDW, Davidi Jonas, took an investment call while driving, in which he said that he wants to create greater value in the IP that IDW develops. So they own their own characters and universes like Marvel and DC do. Again, like I say, I support that. I believe that creating your own universe, creating stories, I think is a good thing. People want new things. They're hungry for it. Okay, you can do that. Goes on. I do believe we have a tremendously talented team of great storytellers, not Heather Antos. And for us to focus on developing our wholly own IP as a long-term investment, that will create huge value in the underlying portfolio for our shareholders. This will include was what a new line of superheroes and a superhero universe. Okay, a retelling of biblical characters and stories set in a modern era with a modern storyline, but kind of borrowing from the stories of antiquity. Davidi Jonas believes that they can reach a whole new audience and bring the talent tent of the comic industry and mesh it with the religious community, which is a large book buying community. Just being the success of religious cinema a huge element, is seeing the success of religious cinema a huge element of growth. A focus on crime, serial killer, and mafia families. So they want to create their own superheroes and their own superhero universe. But they also want to take and do this kind of retelling of biblical characters and stories. I'm trying to understand how that's supposed to work. When I have a modern day storytelling of Jonas and he could summon a giant fish to eat people, is Moses going to be parting every sea he gets to or something? I mean, I understand they may have things to do, but I just kind of do. I mean, it could be done in such a way if it's not directly to it. But I do not think personally that IDW has the people with the talent to really do those kind of stories good. They want to focus on crime and serial killer and mafia stories. That's kind of been done. I mean, I would say if you want to create superheroes and superhero universe, okay. Stay away from retelling of biblical characters. In my opinion, that does not make much sense at all to me. Shoving your nose into that when you clearly can't do it justice and you're going to end up making it worse. But in regards to them wanting to do biblical characters and stuff like that, you might be thinking, well, okay, that sounds like something really interesting to do. Until you decide to take a look at this picture I have up here with Heather Antos. And what exactly is written on her shirt? If you zoom in, you could see, well, let me just tell you, literally written on her shirt says, "Hail Satan," with an upside down crucifix to the bottom of that. This is the woman you have hired at your company as a senior editor. This is the woman you refuse to get rid of. And you want to do biblical stories, retelling a biblical story with someone who has a shirt on that says, "Hail Satan." This is the genius plan of these people. And this is why I have absolutely no reason to believe that this is not going to turn out to be another literal IDW disaster. The reason, now, as I said before, I support people doing their own thing, making their own superheroes, making their own superhero universe. Nothing wrong with that. But the reason IDW has to do that now is because they are losing money at an alarming rate. Their stock prices are so low right now, it's literally laughable how low it actually is. But they want to come in now and again, let's say if they make superhero universe, it's totally be really good, no problem with that. None. But you see that whole retelling of biblical characters and stories, I believe you should stay away from that. I don't think those stories should ever be touched. I don't think you have the competent people there. I don't think you have the writers or editors necessary with talent to actually do that. I mean, you should stay away from that. Let's try and focus on creating your own thing. And the fact that you have a woman who is your senior editor at your company, and she has on a shirt here, a picture that says "Hail Satan" with an upside down crucifix, kind of tells me everything I need to know about you doing about your business and what you're doing there, and the people you refuse to fire. Yeah, I'm not holding out much hope for IDW or whatever the nonsense it is they plan to do with this. I believe that they have no choice but to do it now, and they try to do something fine, but stay away from the biblical characters. And you have a woman who's a senior editor with a jersey on saying "Hail Satan." Yeah, that's going to have a phenomenal success with them. Let me know your thoughts on this absolute and utter nonsense. In the comments, you have a different opinion. I'd love to hear it. If you like the video, hit that thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. Ring the notification bell to be notified every time I upload a new video. And I shall see you all next time. Take care.